Welcome viewers back to Heart of the Machine, where we recently got our first insight in this timeline into the Wastelander mythology. And we also cornered a whole lot of humans and forced them to talk to us, which led us to 8 upgrades. We can pick small arms research and android optimization. We'll start with the androids. What we're really looking for in this timeline, well, first we're noticing that none of these have been picked so far, so it does seem to reset your upgrades per timeline, which we already knew based on our gun output. Could improve the intimidation of our combat androids, or we could improve our hackers. We could also improve their health. I think we'll give them intimidation. That seems to be pretty widely applicable. We're next going to work on small arms research. For this timeline, rifles seem to be the way to go. Also considering armor, but I think it's rifles. Let's go for rifle muzzle velocity. That does improve our M2 Gallant combat power. So it improves combat power, but not the fear power. But for the special attack we're doing, the horrify attack, I think it uses combat power for that. So we will focus on rifles. We're going to do that a few times. Melee skill is also... No, melee skill is not the one I'm thinking of. There's another one that's like melee skill that gives you fear. Melee skill seems to just be knuckles. However, there's so many weapons we haven't unlocked yet. I'm not sure. Rifle projectile density, that's what we're going for here. We're going to just keep picking projectile density first if it's offered. And then we'll switch over to... Oof, if there's no rifle stuff, what do we do then? Grenades? No, I doubt if we're going to use grenades much. It's just too indiscriminate to be doing area effect weapons, although I do think the area effect weapons only affect the enemies. Melee skill seems useless. Handguns? I guess handguns is an option. I'm just not sure we're ever going to use this, so maybe it is... Maybe it's grenade area. Small arms research, we're going to keep with the rifles. Rifle muzzle velocity. 2 more projectile density on rifles, and I'm gonna skip shotguns. Or are we? Shotguns. Yeah, we're not going to use shotguns. Maybe we will go for this armor materials study. We can improve our health there. Or we could take another... No, we took grenades. Yeah, let's go for the armor material study because it affects 2 different armors. Okay, that was all of our research that got granted from those. It feels like pretty minor upgrade to rifles is what we ended up with. That's the end of turn 48. We're not going to build anything. Let's just center on our village. And turn 49 is next. Nothing really happening. Social mobility, AGI researchers, or focus on the gadolinium mesosilicate, or all of the above. Street Sense tells us where the gadolinium mesosilicate research lies. So these things, 20 engineering with a soul droid or technician. This one, soul droid or technician. Is Nickelbot a soul droid? I seriously doubt it. Nickelbot is a Dyna droid. We do need to get Nickelbot upgraded. engineering upgraded, but I don't see any of these being available to Nickelbot. Ah, here we go. This works with anyone. This works with anyone. Okay, let's take a look at Nickelbot. Nickelbot, if we upgraded you, if we gave you this augment, that would be plus 60 engineering, leaving you 80. I think, yeah, you don't have anything else that could give you engineering. And the question we're asking is, here, we need 140, so we need plus 60 engineering to Nickelbots to get that. The other thing we want to do is this. Protection required, 340 engineering. These guys, if we weren't going full lightweight components right now, we would be going double additional CPU for 120 bonus engineering, giving them 325. So we only need 15 more engineering for you to be able to do this Shell Corporation thing. And I think that's the highest engineering task. So let's do that one first. We'll get you an engineering bonus here of 20 by examining liquid gallium at this mine site. Hopefully, ooh, it is a security clear, an L3 security clearance. Shoot. So we're gonna need a PMC actually to do that, but it has to be a soul droid. Can we get you? There's no way to get you clearance either. Security jacket gives you obscured by clothing, but doesn't affect your security clearance. It's not like you'd have a different clearance there. So unfortunately, you can't do that one. Is there anything else you could do? You could do this for 10 engineering skill, or this for 20. Yeah, these ones that give us 20 or better, we don't really need to improve our hacking skill right now. Let's head over there. We'll put you on the craft. Put you in the DAS Babo. DAS Babo here is a delivery craft. I'm gonna deliver you over toward the spaceport. Let's see if you can get in there. It might also be security clearance required. Somehow we have 2 techs in here. Yeah, unfortunately also security clearance required. Oof, how are we gonna do these? What about this one? Security clearance, and security clearance. Do seem to be in some sort of bind. I guess we're gonna have to send these. All take soul droid or technician. So to the only soul droid we have, that's a stealthy Dyna droid. Sorry, these are bulks. Port, Ox, Dyna, Ox, Dyna, Soul, infill. Okay, so these 2 are soul droids. They could probably sneak in there. I don't see why we'd want to send them though, because I guess these spots that are outside of the security areas are the only ones that are really available for this for us right now. The only ones that really make any sense, at least. Let's drop Tech 4000 off here back home. And Tech E30. We'll send you back down here. And hopefully we can get you to interact with this one. Gadolinium. No, we still need security clearance. Oof. Really? What about here? Security clearance required. Okay, we seem to be stymied here then. We don't really have a way to get any droids their engineering upgrades that we need. Study of mesoporous nanoparticles. Yeah, I'm not remembering how we did this before. Doesn't really seem like... Seems like I'm forgetting something, or we need a way to get a clearance for these. So maybe that'll come later. Maybe we're just stuck on this for now. I guess we could send the soul droids in if we really wanted to get started on this. Meanwhile, what can we do? We could do this. Exploit Federated Corporation. That's only a 200 cognition challenge. Our cognition is only 45 on Tex right now. But we could get it up to 125. That's not enough. So again, we're sort of like limited here. We need to be able to do this. Okay, we're going to send somebody over to do this intrusive thoughts thing. We do have a droid with 95 cognition here. That's because he's got an additional CPU plus a base cognition of 50, I guess? 55, because he's 95 with that. Oh no, he's got additional cognition here, so his base must be 35, and he's got 60 bonus. Okay. I mean, we could get the same with a regular tech by getting rid of this ultralight plating and giving you a smart pistol. That gets your cognition high enough. Your engineering is still too low, and it doesn't help with the security clearance. But let's just do this for now and see if it helps with anything. Especially finding and selecting the ship. We'll send you up here to do this contemplation first. Intrusive thoughts. You're not sure why randomly murdering civilians gives you a rush of mental energy. You're not sure you want to know. You're aware that some humans suffer from intrusive thoughts that don't reflect their values. Humans just have to set those thoughts aside. For yourself, you think you can reroute these thoughts in a different direction. It's not brain surgery, but more of a light neurofeedback self-therapy. Once completed, your ability to use cold blood will be gone, but as part of the conditioning, you'll increase your capacity of both 18 centimeter spiders and network attendants, so we'll be able to expand our network. These are the happy thoughts that your synapses will redirect towards whenever you start feeling that particular flavor of homicidal ideation. On a human timescale, this particular therapy will be over as soon as you start. Okay, so that's a useful contemplation that just gets us extra 18 centimeter spiders and network attendant. And then we've got a cluster of things to do over here, plus this. Can we actually send you to this? No, another unit is still in our way over here. Well, let's send the vehicle over that direction at least. Oops. Maybe get some eyes on what's happening there. Okay, the reason we can't send you there is just because there's a Vorselber soldier guarding it. So we may have to stealth in there and take that guy out, or bring a force over here to observe the spaceport. Our vehicle's out of action points. Tech has enough to hop over here and maybe do this slum cats action. No, that'll take 3 mental energy. It's just a little bit too much. I guess we'll just send you over there, and we'll try to get those going next turn. In fact, might as well do that now. Next turn, turn 50. Let's see what Vorselber does. Not a lot. This guy's just hanging out. Das Bebo. You can go pick them up after we talk to the Slumcats. Has to be a Nickelbot. Unfortunately, this one though, just have to have 100 engineering skill. So we'll do the animals are not safe contemplation. Feral, domesticated animals have always been present in the city, but you never really noticed them until you had some initial interactions with them. As happens, now that you know they're there, you're noticing them all over the place. Mortality is terrible for them, and their lives are filled with fear, starvation, and violence. What if you built a haven for them, a large one, where they could roam in a safe interior environment? They could carry on with their lives, safe from human interference and wild predators. Okay, that unlocked a new building for us. The Animal Palace. It takes a lot of electricity, but on the scheme of things, that's actually not that much. What else does it take? It takes not much health. This is a good place to stick any dogs or cats we pick up, and the only robotics it needs is pet sitter robotics. I mean, it doesn't really seem like there's any drawback to build this other than it requires a little bit of a little bit of energy. And we can place it right there. Alright, as for further contemplations, both of these need nickelbots. One of them needs a nickelbot with a lot of engineering, which we are never going to have. I guess we should head over there, and here, and here. Let's head down this way first. Oops. Never fails. Right click to move. Left click to dismiss. Alright, over here it just looks like some suburban homes. Wow, suburban homes on the edge of the city here. Actually, it looks like a tent. We're actually going into a homeless tent to do this one, or near it enough. Social mobility. Location homeless tent. Observing humans during their daily lives and asking some of them about their function provided less insight than you'd hoped. That said, it is very clear that humans have turned wealth into the cornerstone metric of how socially mobile they are, which is a very strange thing. Class and social affiliation also seem to matter, but none of this gives you any insights that are useful for yourself. You still feel a kind of morbid curiosity even as the gulf between yourselves and these small people has become more evident. A couple of possible experiments come to mind. We could do gifts to the slums, which we tried in the last timeline, and while they seem to like it, but it didn't really seem to solve any problems, and it made the middle class mad. Clearing the ladder is an option. Eliminating higher status humans should presumably lead to advancement of lower status humans. You're curious if that's really true, and thinking you might just prune a number of wealthy commuters to see if that does anything. Yeah, well, that just sounds like outright murder. I'm still not really sure that just like starting murder is the right way to go. We don't really have the wealth to do the one, and I don't want to do the murders for the other. Let's sit on that one. We'll think about it. Let's send somebody else to go talk about exploiting Federated Corporation. We need 200 cognition for this, and we don't have that. Currently we are at 145 maxed here. The other droid we have with possible high cognition here is gonna be maxed at 135, so yeah, we can't do it. Guess the only real option at this point, well, we could send Nickelbot to talk to the slum cats, so that's an option. Let's do that. That is a 4 mental energy move. The entire area around these towers are crawling with slumlords. Oh yeah, we know this, guys. Vicious enforcers of the corporate property owners. These are machine-augmented humans with reflexes much closer to your own. You don't want to get into a fight with them if you can avoid it. There are very few androids in this part of town due to the extreme poverty, but you do see some Nickelbots around. We can slip past the slumlords. Any other android model is far too conspicuous. As expected, the slumlords ignore your Nickelbot. Cats are everywhere, as are poor humans. You seem to have all the time you could want at the moment. Yeah, we could extract post-mortem samples, but this kills the animals. Are you sure you want to do this? Or we could befriend the creatures. Yeah, we're gonna befriend the cats. It's gonna leave our Nickelbot there for 9 turns. Hopefully something good comes out of that. I do not recall. It's not a lot left that we can do. These project-related resources are all locked behind. They're all locked behind places that require security clearances. I'm trying to decide if a PMC is going to get us around that. A PMC is an infildroid. So most of these we still can't do because they require soul droid or technician. But this one, for example, we could get some engineering and cognition on PMC. I don't think PMC has very good engineering skill to start, so I'm not sure that will make a huge difference. PMC is going to come armed with a rifle and a smart pistol. Diamond nanoweave thread and additional CPU would bring up to 80 engineering. That's pretty useless. So we'd probably give them something like this one, lightweight components, just to make them move faster. PMC is not really going to be a fighter. That seems to be the right loadout at least, but they're not going to be useful for this challenge. What to do? One mental energy left. It's time to make that geothermal well, I guess. Got 2 already. We'll throw a 3rd down. Right in the same neighborhood. Guess we could... Theoretically, we could make 2. I don't think we'll need 2. That already cut in pretty deeply to our neodymium reserves. It's time to talk to the AGI. Let's send you there. 1 mental energy. I guess we could also exploit the federated corporations. We've done both of these in the past. We want to avoid the neural bridge. This one, I'm not sure how we change it, but we could actually try collapsing a corporation this time. Definitely feels like something's wrong. There's just not enough happening to us on this timeline. I'm getting a little nervous that something is broken. Let's bring the vehicle over here and pick you up. If I can remember ever how to move a vehicle. And we'll do that next turn. Turn 51, in fact. Okay, turn 51, Tech will hop on board. And then the Babo is going to head over here toward AGI. We will pick these guys up first. Tech 4000 appropriately can hop down there and talk to the researchers in trouble in the underground science lab. OERL integrated, URL integrated, is threatening the AGI researchers that have helped you in the past. If they don't provide a way to infiltrate your mind and take control of you, they and their families will be killed. We could kill all of them. If they're a threat, then all of them in the city have to go. Next timeline. We're definitely turning into murder bots. Help the AGI researchers. If OERL can't find them, the problem should solve itself. We'll do it. Let's hop back on the ship. We're going to get shot at. Are we going to... And there's a chance we're dead. Damn. Oh, so much for Tech 4000. He was a good bot. Our original bot in the timeline. Social mobility. So... yeah, we're still thinking about it. I'm not sure what the answer is. Oh, we do want to send a droid over here, but we need 200 cognition. Right, we can't do that one even. So the only real option is here. You can see what the AGI researcher stealth house will do for us. We're going to have to feed them and water them also. So this will at least get us started on making this stuff. So let's put an AGI researcher stealth house down. I guess we'll put this pretty close to our main tower just to keep it. Is that a good idea? We'll put it fairly close, but not too close. I guess we want to keep it in our deterrent circle is really what we want. So we'll put them back here, I guess. Back here somewhere. Maybe this building. Okay, and then presumably we're going to have to feed them, which is why it's suggesting hydroponic towers, protein vats, and wells and cisterns. Let's start with the well and cistern because we know we can sell that stuff eventually. And we have some of those already, right? Yeah, here we go. Put one here. I'm kind of surprised it's not saying more water filtration. Okay, protein vats and hydroponic towers. Wow, protein vats and hydroponic towers. All of this stuff has to go in buildings now, huh? Protein vats. Bovine replicators. Hydroponic towers. And that should do it for now. I think since this is really our only option, I really don't want to just start killing people. Maybe there's a way to do this without just murdering people. Clearing the ladder. Eliminate 10 wealthy commuters. Nope. No way to do it. Maybe we can... it's going to give us a huge amount of cruelty and apathy too. There's no way to do it except by killing them. Well, and this project is causing attacks, I'm sure. Clearing the ladder, yes. Okay, so... disappointed. Project related 3, so for that project... yeah, it just looks like we're going to track these guys down and murder them. That's really, really what it wants me to do. Could demoralize them. Yeah, I guess I can justify it there by just saying, hey, we'll demoralize them, and that will get rid of them, but only because they, you know, got depressed and left, versus we destroyed them. It's an option. Let's go and do it, I guess. The AGI researchers, we're just going to wait for filtered water, vat-grown meat, and the fugitives to arrive. I guess speeding this up might actually make more sense than going out and killing people right away. Let's get this tower built. And let's get these other backup buildings built. And that's it for turn 51. Alright, I think that's actually going to be about it for this episode as well. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. What do you think? Is this timeline borked, or am I just being impatient and something interesting is going to happen? It definitely seems like so far this timeline is way less interesting than the first one. We're just not getting any... There's no existential threat. Vorsiber's not responding. We blew up a nuclear bomb and there was no repercussion whatsoever. Really starting to wonder, maybe we just have to start being more aggressive and take the fight to them. Maybe that's the answer. Let me know what you think. Comments. Do it. Comment. Like. Subscribe. See you next time. Bye-bye for now.